Hello everyone, back to another solo bot Helldive. This time we're hitting Wasaaat, which by the time you're watching this video, we've probably taken already. Go to Earth. So this is an interesting planet in that the fog on this planet is one way only. It reduces our visibility but not the enemies, which is kind of annoying. But I'm getting around that by taking a stealth armor, which reduces their visibility, makes things a bit fairer. Got -1 stratagem as well, so I've gone with AMR and Precision Strike and the 500 kg. So yeah, -1 stratagem, it seems pretty annoying at first, but against bots it's actually not too bad because with stuff like the AMR and the autocannon you can deal with 90% of the threats you'll face. I'm also taking the Eruptor again, so I can do that. So taking out Fabricators from afar lowers the load in terms of what I need my stratagems to do.
Firing orbital strike.
By this point, we should know these base layouts pretty well. Just threw one to hit the Fabricator right in the middle. Then we've got one on the edge here that we can take out with a well-placed shot or a grenade if you're running that. And then one more just around this corner with a long-range shot. So yeah, don't even need to step inside the base, just take everything out from outside. Got some mortars pinning me down, but just gotta stay calm. Take out hulks. So yeah, even with light armor, tend not to have to worry about getting one shot by mortars.
Sending down equipment package. Warning, you are in range of enemy
Not
artillery.
my best shooting today. But interestingly enough, you don't really need the best aim to do well against bots. If you're stealthing anyway. More about maneuvering. So, my mistake, I thought the Eagle airstrike on the 500 kg. Idea being slightly better coverage, so you can take out mortars and stuff, like entire mortar emplacements with one hit. Downside is that it has more of an angle on its approach, so actually 500 kg comes down more vertically. Eagle airstrike and some of the other eagles coming in more at an angle, depending on how far you are from the center of the map. But no biggie. Orbital position is pretty vertical on its approach, so that should take out the others. Yeah, one thing about this this kind of environment you have to be wary of is all these rock formations that can block with strikes. Something to be wary of.
Attacking map, northwest, 100 meters.
So yeah, with this armor, I can avoid contact a lot easier. Maybe that's one thing people don't realize. When they complain about bots having like huge sight ranges and whatever,
Marking location. Never mind.
it's just
Objective
it makes such a
located.
huge difference
Northwest.
if you take one of the stealth armors. You can much easier break line of sight and just lose them. So we've got our SEAF. Might try and just
Tactical asset nearby.
strike this base.
Delivering payload.
You see they're firing at the last known position, which is actually further off to the right, because of how much this suit reduces their sight range. Yeah, it's funny, I still read sometimes on Reddit or whatever. I know, my mistake, but people still saying like don't activate the terminal until you've got all the shells ready. It's like that. It doesn't make a difference. It's just placebo. The patrols will come on a timer. It doesn't matter whether you press the button or not. So we got mini nuke and some explosives. It's a pretty useful haul. Better than like 4 smokes. So I still use the Senator for a lot of these engagements because it has a lower sound profile. Makes it easier to be a bit stealthy.
Administering freedom.
I threw the stun, hoping that it would stop them from setting off an alarm, but obviously didn't hit the right guy.
Eagle 1 withdrawing to rearm.
Ah, that was a bad throw.
Incoming. Sending down equipment.
Really, I should have held off on using my strikes in case I get a tank or something. Something that's a little more awkward to get an AMR kill with. Just have them ready. The idea of having one orbital and one eagle is to have them off cooldown as much as possible. So I'll always have one available. Not gonna happen to try and spam it too much.
My life for Super!
Not sure how that one missed.
Say hello to democracy!
Yeah, having once I've got the SEAF done, it would be nice to have another set of strikes. Not only is it minimizing cooldowns, it also means if I have 3 separate targets I want to strike very quickly, I can just throw all 3 at once.
Dropping a pin, south, 200 meters.
Yeah, on we go. Jammer. So first thing whenever you look at it, well, approach a jammer is to see if there's a fabricator attached to it that you can just take out for an easy kill. Might take looking from all directions to find it. Looks like there is a fabricator, but it's not directly attached to the jammer, so I'm just going to assault directly. I like to check on the radar just to have an idea of how many enemies there are on the base and where they are.
Liberty returns locked and loaded.
Again, opening with the Senator just to keep things relatively quiet. Would love to see what silenced weapons will be like in terms of their sound profile. I know the devs have teased a few silenced weapons already. Pretty clean. Yeah, I do feel like my aim is rustier when I've been playing bugs for a while. Most you have to aim for is like the charger headshot. Whereas with bots you've got to like find Devastator faces and Hulk eyes.
Deploying now.
Held bomb armed! Clear the area!
You can also, the radius in the Hell bomb is big enough that if things are really hot in the base, you can jump off the edge and just place it outside one of the walls, if that's easier to defend. Looks like we've got a soul fabricator here. So just going to try and get the right angle to hit it with the Eruptor. Yeah, looking forward to the balance changes. I'm pretty sure the Eruptor is going to see some changes there. But for now, it's still useful for this like long range bug hole or fabricator destruction. Especially when I'm using the AMR. Like I can use the AMR for pretty much everything.
Found something.
I don't need the primary to really do much. So I can use it for a more specialist role. Oh, tank.
Orbital strike incoming.
A bit lucky there.
Dropping a pin. Northwest.
Looks like
100 meters.
extract is a little busy. There's at least one fabricator on that. Good idea just to clear it early before you actually go for extract, so that the area is not so busy while you're waiting for Pelican. Let's just take a look around, seeing if there's another entrance or another way to. So trying to shoot the fabricator holes from this kind of angle is awkward. You kind of want to be a bit higher up and a bit more face on. Yeah, you can find an angle. Again, I think this is going to be a tough shot. Well, luckily none of these guys has decided to call for reinforcements. See anyone else? Well, still a couple of enemies, but the main thing is the fabricators are down, so the area on the map is no longer highlighted. So yeah, this is a dropship mission. These tend to be pretty easy because you can just strike and take out the whole objective. Yeah, it's not one. I find them actually easier than the enemy bunker missions. They decided to increase the enemy bunkers number of them. That was an interesting penetration kill there. 3 kills in 2 shots. But yeah, here you're gonna get 2 dropship bases and then the control tower. I guess the control tower can be a bit trickier. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Got some small bases. Again, we're approaching these large rock formations, so gotta be careful about our strikes. That should be far enough away.
Here comes the cavalry.
Beautiful. So that's one reason why I decided to go with the airstrike instead of the 500 kg.
Found something.
Just a bit better coverage. Curious if they do tweak the 500 kg AoE at all. So usually I leave these cannon turrets alone, but this one was pretty close to a base I'd opened up on, so best to just take it out quickly. Boo, medal. Who needs medals? We do this for freedom and democracy. Okay, I'm just gotta find the angle. The higher up I am, the better.
Tagging map. Northeast. 200 meters.
Ugh. There we go. again, the patch hasn't kicked in, so there's no. This is still with the increased patrol rate, but it still doesn't feel too bad. I think both of us are a bit blind there. I think a lot of it is also destroying outposts. So all the people I hear talking about being swamped by stuff, I don't know how diligent they are in terms of taking out outposts. Every time you take out an outpost, it just clears that area of influence that increases the spawn rate in that area. So maybe that's why.
Delivering payload.
Hot outpost spotted!
Making progress.
Eagle 1, returning to destroyer for
I guess another thing
resupply.
is, even when I co-op with people, it feels like a lot of people like to go into bases to clear them, when really most of them, there's at least like one wall that you can just throw stuff over and be in good cover, where they can't really rush you. So yeah, for this type of base, it's this side, you can just take everything out without setting foot inside.
Dropping a pin.
Oh,
East.
they are coming
far.
out there. Oh, 2 hogs. I think I'm just gonna make a quick exit. Tactical retreat. Yeah. Let's see. So it looks like only the control tower left. No more secondaries, no more outposts. And that's what, just under half of the mission gone? You can do these missions very quickly if you just stick to guerrilla tactics. Probably could hug the wall and crouch my way through that, but I think I'm going to try a different route. Yeah, apparently I need to go prone to pass through that. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the one-way fog on this planet. I don't really know why the acid planets should be different from, say, like the smoky planets, where the fog is two-way. Kind of feel like acid
Eagle 1, armed and
should
ready.
have a different kind of flavor to it, rather than just being a different kind of fog. I'm not really sure what degrades your armor. That'd be an interesting one, actually. Reduces your armor effectiveness. So, control towers come in different shapes and sizes, these bases. If I had one more slot, I would be tempted to take a jetpack, because there's nothing cooler than just jetpacking over well, that kind of wall just ahead of me to my southeast.
Main objective nearby.
This one you can just jetpack straight into the tower. Doesn't actually look like too many dots on the map. So I could snipe the Fab and the
Critical stratagem
trooper
available.
there. I think I'm gonna try and sneak through,
Objective critical stratagem no longer available.
then change my mind. I'm not the smoothest. One good thing about stuff like the Eruptor is it's very good at killing those troopers that are behind cover. Like those manned turret emplacements, they have those like ballistic shields on them. The explosion of the Eruptor doesn't care. You can just hit right through it. Let's see, bot drop incoming. I think. Yep. Just gonna jump in. Oh. MG Raiders are surprisingly dangerous compared to all the trooper types. Rocket troopers used to be scary, but they no longer really have that one-shot threat, I feel. The MG Raiders can just shred your health. Okay, this is interesting. In the middle of their base, but in a reasonably defensible position. Let's see. Control panel is the other side of the base. Got some hulks in there. Yeah, striking time.
Here comes the cavalry.
Might as well just take out all these fabricators, reduce the spawns I have to deal with.
Firing orbital strike.
Yeah, if I'm relatively calm, my aim isn't that bad. That's too much of an angle for the Eruptor. Just gonna push for the control panel. More Fabricator off to the southwest there.
Administering
And
freedom.
we're done.
Tagging map. Southwest. Far.
Freedom spreads yet further.
Yeah, I like that base layout a lot compared to some of the other control tower ones. Just feels like more of a proper base. I think I mentioned it in one of my earlier videos, but it would be really cool to see some like mega bases. Don't know how it would work with the procedural generation, and like how the tiles fit together, but having some even larger bases would feel pretty cool. Let's see. Is the glitch where a bunch of patrols just end up in the center of the map. Old Eruptor could take this out in one shot, but I'm gonna use a strike this time, I think.
Unleashing
Let's
democracy.
see how big this number gets.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
54 with one strike. One guy who got away.
Leaving combat zone to resupply.
Oh my days. So it would have been 55. It's a little cherry on top at the end of a mission, you know. So yeah, again, relatively quiet mission. I think I got lucky. I haven't had any factory sharders. Was saving that SEAF mini nuke for it, but so far looks like no factory sharders yet. But like I mentioned last time in my last solo bot video, it's like it doesn't actually feel too bad if you stay stealthy. I don't know if everyone else has been experiencing the same kind of thing, but still pretty manageable.
You may proceed to extraction.
There's something
when
here.
I mean, I was lucky here as well. I didn't have
Enemy elite.
gunship
Southwest.
fabricators,
50 meters.
though they're pretty manageable these days, I feel. if you're confident with the AMR or autocannon kill on a gunship, it's like really not an issue. Kill 2 gunships, rush in, plant, leave. So I think maybe having larger bases, I'm thinking like MGS5 style huge bases might increase the challenge, so you can't just strike everything from outside the base. You actually have to go in into enemy territory. You can kind of trivialize bot missions just by running, throwing shit over base walls. It would be interesting to have an equivalent of those large bases for bugs as well. You can imagine like a huge nest.
Extraction shuttle inbound.
Yeah, I think next time if I do a bot solo, I'll just try a different loadout. I really like this one, but it'd be worth me trying out something different for solo. Have some co-op railgun stuff, because there was that free railgun during this op for a little bit. But it'd be cool to try out solo railgun. Main issue is gunships, so I guess you can just bring a primary that can deal with gunships. Yeah, I'll try that next time. What others? What else? I wanted to do a grenade launcher, whether a co-op or solo, grenade launcher run against bots, because that's actually a lot of fun. There's always something that screws up during the run.
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
It is probably the best at nuking groups, even more than the autocannon, because it's got actual range on its AoE. But on the flip side, Hulk kills are more awkward. You have to kind of get around the back a lot more often. It's also strange that grenade launchers can't take out, I think, AA guns and mortars. Even if you hit the vent, it seems to just lack the armor penetration required or something. So that's quite frustrating. But just trash clear, it's amazing. You can just take out like an entire dropships squad as it's dropping.
ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone.
Pelican 1 approaching pickup. Way of life.
Pretty straightforward extract.
Pelican 1 landing in progress.
Yeah, I don't know how many of you guys do solo bot runs as well. I'd be curious to hear how you've been finding your solo runs, because
Extraction complete.
for me it seems very straightforward.
Eagle 1, leaving combat zone to resupply.
That's still fun though. But I feel like if I want to get into a proper shootout or proper firefights, I have to jump into co-op. So yeah, have some more co-op Automaton runs from that last major order to upload. Just thought I'd get this one out because I think it's been a while since I've done a solo. A few people have been saying they've missed the solo runs, so get this one out. Also have another team death this one, though I think that's on a bug mission, so keep an eye out for those. Until then, yeah, thanks for watching. Really looking forward to this big patch coming up. I'm looking forward just to the patch notes actually. We've got over 100 changes apparently, so should be a good one. Fingers crossed.